What's up, everybody, and welcome to the Other Side of the Firewall podcast, where we highlight the latest in cybersecurity news, as well as those movers and shakers and glass ceiling breakers, those people of color who've made it to the other side of the proverbial firewall. I don't know why I'm stuttering. My name is Ryan Williams, and as always, I'm joined by Shannon Tynes.
What's up? What's up?
And LeVon Maynard.
What up?
So it's been an action-packed week. We've had some really good topics. So if you only tune into this episode, you should also check us out Monday and Tuesday for those topics, Wednesday for Ask Us SP, Thursday for the discussion, and then finally the rundown, which always has way more traffic than the other episodes. So it's like crazy to me, but I like it. Keep tuning in. So make sure you like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. And with that being said, how's everybody's week?
It's going good for me. I think I'm gonna get right to it. You know, it's last day here. I watched the Mortal Kombat movie. I watched the season finale to The Falcon and Winter Soldier, and then watch the most recent episode of Invincible. And I have some thoughts about all three of those, of course. I think
so before you move on, because I know Shannon did not see Mortal Kombat. I'm gonna count down from 3, and then you give me a thumbs up or thumbs down. I'm gonna do the same thing and see where we're at with
with the Mortal Kombat. Like
So either thumbs up or thumbs down for the new Mortal Kombat. So 3, 2, 1. those y'all listening, that's 2 thumbs down. Man, it has so much potential.
You can't. So I'm probably not gonna see it, right? Like I see the advertisement for it and everything when I.
Well, you gotta see it now.
No, I gotta be honest with you. Like I didn't even watch the old one. Like I just don't think that premise is something that you can make good.
The original, like the 95 joint was hot.
Right.
It had the soundtrack. Because it was perfect 90s fighting movie with Mortal Kombat mixed in. Like if you watch any movie back in the 90s, mid 90s, they all looked exactly the same. Except this one had Mortal Kombat characters in it.
I did not like the first one either, though.
97, that one was trash. Annihilation.
Right.
I wasn't feeling that one as much. But this one, oh man, like at least watch the intro and watch the finale. Those are the 2 fights from the commercial. Everything else between in the in between is like, what were y'all thinking?
Yeah.
I don't know how you can make that premise good and bring it to a movie format and it be serviceable, right? Because like the game's been going on forever. Like they're on Mortal Kombat like 1,000 now, you know what I mean? But like, I don't know. I am usually very good about my own taste, like seeing something within a trailer. And usually within about 15, 20 seconds, I could be like, yay or nay on what I'm going to watch this, right? And I say 15 to 20 because a lot of these trailers now, they like to have like some type of monologue talking in the beginning before they get to anything, right? So I'll say 15 to 20 seconds, and I'm usually dead on what I like. I'm usually dead on. And there's still some stuff.
They did a good job with the fatalities, though. Like the first movie, they couldn't do it because it would have been like rated X.
Right.
They did a really good job. The fatalities of this, like I was like, okay, all right.
Mm-hmm.
But they did the cliche movie thing. It's do what the game is about, but in the movie, it's a fighting tournament where people kill each other in gruesome ways. Like they just wanted to do too much. Like the story they were telling just was like, I don't care. They even made up a character. It's like, but what? But why? Why did you do that? Like I don't know. And then it felt like they were trying to do Justice League. Like they did the mashup too quick. It was like, okay, we want this to be a story about the team up and them having to defeat people, but we're not going to give them a tournament except for a montage for them. And with the team up wasn't worth it.
Right.
It was like y'all just messed. Like all you had to do was just have a tournament and kill people. Mortal Kombat, scream Mortal Kombat a bunch of times.
Right.
That's it. That's it. Even the soundtrack was whack.
Yeah, they didn't really have this
theme. This is trash.
Theme song, but to like I think maybe to the end, I think they played it.
The very end.
Yeah. Yeah, they could have like you said, it could have been so much better. Like you said, just make it like a tournament. I guess maybe they're saving that for a potential sequel or something like that. But they made it like they try to make it some elaborate story, but it really wasn't like holding up to me. It was kind of like,
No.
You know, I don't know. And Raiden I didn't like Raiden too much. And
Oh yeah, it was a whack version of Raiden. Like Christopher Lambert will always be my Raiden.
Yeah, that's right.
Always.
The most non-Asian. No.
Yeah, exactly.
You know how you sound right now, right? You're like, not my Raiden.
That's not my Raiden.
Like, oh man,
This dude was garbage, man. Like literally, the fights with Scorpion and Sub-Zero were the best. Like they actually did a really good job when it came to fight choreography, gore, and CG. Everything in between, it was just kind of like, yo, what are we doing?
Mm-hmm.
But it's open for a sequel. I think they said there's 4 more coming, so maybe they'll get better.
What? 4 more?
4 more is what they got on the slate. So depending on how well this one does, that might curtail some of them. But they say they got 4 more on the slate. Well, I don't see how I can go bad though, because we hungry for movies. Like even though it's whack, I watched it twice. So I want to make sure I didn't like it. So I gave it 2 streams.
Dang, I didn't have enough.
We hungry. It's famine right now.
Famine. Yeah, if I went to the theater and saw that, I would have been mad. I'd have been mad for my money.
It would have got one. It would have got one play out of me. I'd have been like, "Yo, you took my money."
Yeah, you got my money out of that one. I'm sorry, I cut you off, Shannon. You want to say?
No. I don't know how you can give it 2 streams at that point. Then, right? Like you watched it the first time.
I had to make sure because I brought it to the full disclosure. I brought it to work, so I was like, "We're gonna watch this during lunch." So we watched it, and I was just like, maybe it was the wrong environment. We watched it at the house. I was like, nah, it wasn't the wrong environment. It was just trash.
Wow.
I was like, all right, you got me on that one. But anything else? Like I derailed you on the Mortal Kombat. I just want to get it out the way.
Yeah. Yeah. No. What else? I watched the
Falcon. So I'll ask.
Yeah.
Falcon and Winter Soldier, right? Like I never looked ahead of time to see how many episodes it was going to be, but it was only a 6-episode season.
That's pretty sure. I think it's 6 episodes,
only
right?
6, yeah.
Oh,
wow. This was the last one, the finale for the first season, I guess. I don't know if they have like a break or anything in between there, but as I'm watching it, I could sense the finality. Like, okay, this is coming. Like, okay, all right, that's kind of final. But then it leaves you with a cliffhanger and whatnot. Like near the end, or at the end, I was like, okay, they're going to continue down this path. I thought it was going to continue for another 4 episodes or so, right? I'm thinking 10 episodes, maybe. And then I'm like, wow, I can't really decide on if that's final or if that's a cliffhanger. So I had to look it up, and it was the last one for the season or episode 6. I was like, oh, okay. So yeah. It was a lot.
Yeah,
I like it though. See, remember what I said before,
did you like
right?
it?
Like, yes, I liked it because before I was like, "Hey, I need more fighting." This, that, and the third.
Right.
They jumped right into it for more than half of the episode. You know what I mean? I was like,
"That's to say,
okay, yeah, I'm done."
Yeah, the episode was full of action. I thought it was a really good episode, and I think, then that one part where the Falcon gives like a speech and he's in front of the camera and stuff like that. I thought that was pretty cool. And when he visited the guy and took him to the museum, I thought that was a pretty cool scene too. Kind of the wife got a little emotional there too. I was like, oh damn. But they did it right though. I think that was good. That kind of like, especially with kind of things going on in the country right now, I think it was kind of like a good like little
reflection.
Reflection kind of like on things. And kind of like, it really kind of shows a little bit of I don't know, just the story of America and kind of like some of the history and how people feel certain ways about certain things.
Yeah.
But I thought it was a good episode. I think it's good. But honestly, like, I feel like the episode was so like conclusive to like, it could stop the series right there. But obviously, I know they're trying to plan for like another season, things like that. But they didn't leave like a little cliffhanger, a little after credit like scene, so they can maybe kind of expand it. But it was a good episode, I thought. I thought the series was pretty good overall.
Yeah, I'm definitely gonna watch it. Like I'm trying to avoid spoilers. I got WandaVision spoiled though. So hopefully I don't get this one spoiled before Loki comes out and wraps. So is Loki gonna come out shortly
June.
or
June?
So June? Okay.
Yeah, June 11th.
So I got a minute to wait because there's no shows in between, right? I thought they were going to go back to back, but I guess not.
No, I think they take a little break now. I guess I don't think there's anything else in between it.
You might as well just go ahead and start watching now, Ryan.
Right.
Wait till June.
Yeah,
man, maybe, but I'm trying not to. I got so much stuff I could potentially watch between Netflix and Amazon, and now we got Hulu. So, like, we got way too much stuff to watch. But I guess we can go into Invincible then, because all of us watched Invincible.
Yeah.
So this is the second to final. Was that the penultimate episode before the finale? Yeah. So I thought it was great.
It was a good episode. Those episodes are good.
It had story, it had action, it had everything. Like he just remember we had that one episode. We were like, it's not a story. Like they were like, no, we're gonna do all of it at one time. Super gory. Like I can't wait. Like I wish they had just dropped them all at the same time. I keep saying that, but obviously it works. It keeps getting me back in there every week to watch. But yeah, I thought it was good. I think that the finale is definitely going to be shocking. We'll find out who's right or not. Like it could be a cliffhanger, but they gotta answer something. In this last episode. So So what do y'all think about it?
Go ahead, LeVon.
Oh, sure. Yeah, I was gonna say I thought it was great. I think I know we kind of have our kind of varying like opinions as far as what's gonna happen. It does seem like it's coming down to like he's gonna reveal something to his boy, and obviously, I'm trying not to give any spoilers.
What you trying to talk around it? I know it's kind of hard.
Talk around it.
Right.
Yeah, I think people can see. People got it in the show. People got a chance to see the hero for what he really is.
Maybe.
Yeah. I mean, they saw him do some stuff, and they probably didn't like it as much.
Right.
But at the same time, I feel like there's probably going to be. I don't know. I always expect some sort of twist. I try to assume it's not going to be exactly what everything's like, because it's so like kind of cut and dry right now as far as what's going on. You can see like, oh man, he's doing this. It's got to be this way. But then I'm kind of expecting something else to kind of pop out, like, oh, this is the true reason, and like all of a sudden it's going to come around the corner. But I thought it was a great episode. I thought they did really good on it. I like the series overall, and I'm looking forward to next week to see what happens. But yeah, I don't know what more I can say without like revealing things. I'm trying to
without spoiling it.
So I know.
Yeah,
I know. Me and Ryan, at least, you might have reserved your feeling on this or what you think it is, LeVon. I can't remember what you thought, but like I know.
Oh no, I told you guys a while back.
Okay. Are you on Ryan's side or my side? Whose side you on?
I think I was on Ryan's side. Yeah.
Okay. So for y'all, what y'all are thinking, I could kind of see it this last episode. I'm like, oh, they could be right. You know what I mean?
But it's still going to be a twist, though. Like it can't be. We can't both be 100% right. There's going to be something crazy.
Yeah, I feel like it's going to be a combination of I feel like
you'll be like, oh,
it's
I don't
good
like
and
that.
bad. Like he's like, oh man, what the heck are you doing? Like, but it's like, oh, maybe okay, now I can make it understand why he did that kind of thing. Like,
but I don't know. I don't want to. I think it's because I'm probably being stubborn, and I'm like, I went this long, and I was so sure I know where this is going, because I've never read the comic or whatever either, right? So like it was something new to me. Like when y'all first brought it up, I was like, no, I've never heard of that, because I had seen it, because they dropped. It was like 3 at one time, right? When they originally dropped it. I remember every time. I was on Prime,
they got us all hooked right away.
Right. That's how they do it.
You see the advertisement, and I hadn't watched it, and then you talked about it on the show, and I was like, well, let me give this a shot, and I was like, okay, this is I like this, but I don't know. I kind of want to stick with. I am going to stick with what I think, right? So we'll see. It'll probably be. It probably won't be next week. It'll probably be 2 weeks from now. We'll be talking about it and be like, here's what it is. All right, everybody. If you don't want spoilers, stop watching. 2 weeks.
Right. Spoiler time.
Then we could be like, okay, here's why I thought this or whatever. But no, I'm gonna stick with mine. But it made me. This last episode made me think, man, y'all might be on to something. Like maybe all right.
Yeah, just the fact that they're like dragging it out. Like, why does he have to like you know, you gotta go like 5 episodes in before he says like, okay, I'm gonna tell you why, and people
Right,
asking
right,
him like, why'd you do it? What's going on? And it's like his wife's
Yeah.
asking him, and then like, obviously
Yeah.
the government people are asking him, and it's like, I'm not gonna tell you. What if I gotta? It's like you're keeping it such a secret. Like, why don't you just, we all saw what happened. So why is it like, some shadiness behind like why you did it?
right.
But we'll see. We'll see what he said. I'm sure I think it's gonna be revealed by the next episode. I think because they're gonna try
Yeah,
to live on a
like
cliffhanger.
right. Yeah, like I was telling you guys, like even people who read the comics don't know what's going to happen per se. Like there's going to be some variances, like when they showed the different panels, because the animation was off the chain. This last episode, like there's some stuff that was like straight up like, okay, that looks like a comic book panel as opposed to live animation. Like when they hit him with the big one,
Yeah.
I was like, oh, I was like, oh. But all that stuff is a variant from the comic though. Like that didn't happen that way. And then they say there's a lot of jumping around, but they still made a cohesive episode, even though like it's like a year's worth of the story from different comic books being shoved in there together. So I think it's pretty cool. Like I didn't watch too many videos though, because I don't want to get spoiled or potentially spoiled. So I thought that was pretty good.
Yeah.
So when it comes to media, so we said we did not like Mortal Kombat. You guys are okay with, because there's the Winter Soldiers finale is kind of controversial. Like IGN gave like a 5, and people that I follow on like on Twitter is like, no, it definitely was not a 5. So I'm interested to actually watch it myself.
I thought it was a good.
But I think it meant different things to different people, right? So I think we would get a different. Like I didn't get too much spoilers, but the people that I'm watching or I'm tracking on those platforms are Black, men and women who really dug the last episode. But mass media is kind of like, it was okay. So that leads me to believe maybe more for me than for general populace. So I may watch it before it gets spoiled for me, just so I could catch up where you at. I had to create a new email account because I'm not gonna commit. But another one I'm watching, since we're talking about media, Solar Opposites. Since I got Hulu now, like my wife got it for Snowfall, so I still need to watch that. I heard it's really good show. But me being a giant kid, right? The first thing I jumped on was Solar Opposites because I'm a Rick and Morty fan.
Yeah.
And it is not the same.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, this is very adult.
Right. Yeah.
I watched all of season 1, and now I'm on season 2. I'm like, yo, like I gotta make sure my kids don't watch this.
Is it based off Rick and Morty?
It's the same. It's the same creator, so you can still hear the same Rick voice
actors,
from the main character. Yeah, but it's totally different cartoon. Like this one has some very adult, raunchy themes in it. It's not the aliens either; it's the humans.
Oh wow!
Okay. Like I watched one episode, I was like, "Yo, like, was that actually aired on TV?" Right? FX is off the chain. So I'm gonna try to get through season 2. I think that's all they have on there, and then I'm gonna probably pivot into Snowfall, or I want to watch ATL. I've never watched more than like 2 episodes, but I heard nothing but good things. So
I haven't watched ATL either. Like I wanted to get into it because it was getting so much praise and whatnot. Right? That's the Donald Glover one you're talking about, right?
Right. Yeah, and I just love him as a writer. So I watched one episode, and it was so grounded in reality and abstract at the same time. I was like, I gotta get on this. Like there's so many levels to the stuff he writes. Like at one point they hop in it, like it's a brawl in the street. I don't know what episode, what season, whatever, but like they leave in the club, a fight jumps off, there's like a shootout or something, and somebody hops in an invisible car and runs a couple people over. And I started crying. I was laughing so hard because it was so abstract. And they're like, if you watch the season, it will make more sense. Yes, it was so realistic until that one part, and then it became so abstract. I was like, what just happened? They were like, you have to watch the season to understand why that just happened.
You might have just turned me off.
They say
I don't want to see it now.
they say if you like 30 Rock and stuff like that, like
He was a writer on 30 Rock.
hilarious. Yeah.
Was a writer
So I
on
was like, okay.
But and I like 30 Rock, right? But like you just made me think of Wonder Woman 1984 now, and I'm like,
well, but it wasn't. But it's meant to be absurd though. Like it's meant to, like, you know how people like Ghost Ride Whip and stuff like that. It's meant to be absurd, like making fun of the culture. But it happens in the most realistic circumstances. So I was crying. I was like, what just happened?
Like, what is going on?
So I'm definitely gonna jump on that one.
Okay. All right.
Yeah. I haven't heard.
I don't know. You made me pause now. Like I was
Right.
I was thinking about
it's
that.
So quick. It's so quick. It's just like it just, you got to see it. I'm gonna try to find a clip. I'm sending it to you. You're like, what just happened? It's so out of context. You're just like, what just happened?
Oh man.
But yeah, I just love him as a writer. Like he the stuff he writes is hilarious to me. So I definitely want to check it out. And then I heard Snowfall is off the chain. Like it's like really good series. So I want to check that out. There's another one. I don't know if it got canceled or not that I always wanted to watch. It's called not Eden, but it's got this statue in it. What's the premise? It's like Devs or something like that is what it's called, I think. I don't know. But it was so weird. I saw the trailer for it. It was so strange, but they don't explain anything. So I was like, you know what? I want to see that. And then I found out it was on Hulu, and I was like, well, I'm never going to see it. So I'm not paying for that. But
it's about
now
here I am. Yeah, but here I well, because my wife said she's watching Snowfall. I was like, oh, what you watch that on? Because I'm thinking like Prime or Netflix. Yeah. She was like, no, on Hulu. I was like, we got Hulu?
She's like, oh, I didn't want to tell you.
No, she was just like, I wanted to watch it, so I just picked it up. I was like, all right, well, I might as well get it in while we got it then. So that's why I started watching Solar Opposites.
Yeah, that's a good one though. I like Solar Opposites, and especially like I know since you've seen the first season, like when they do like the little people like shrunk in the little like little kind of
the wall,
like an ant farm. Yeah, the wall. That's what it is.
The people in the wall.
Yeah, that part is like really gets me. That's like, I love that. That's like a whole like, that could be its own episode, like its own like series in itself. Just that part. But
yeah, if you ever watch it, Shannon, they people who piss off one of the aliens, he shrinks them and he puts them in. He has like this glass menagerie. It's like an ant farm for people. And as he sticks them in there, they build their own society. So you watch the episode, and then they'll do sneak peeks behind the glass, like because the show has nothing to do with the people in the wall or whatever. Like it's just something that happens on the side. Like whenever something happens that this dude doesn't like, he shrinks them, he throws them in there, and then they go on about their business and they go on with the episode. But every now and then there'll be like half an episode where it's all inside of the wall. It's like The Road meets like I don't know, like pick a prison movie, like of just how the society and culture is being built behind the wall. And then this last, like at the finale, like it was like a whole episode behind the wall. You're just like, yo, this is crazy. Like it could be a show to itself. And then as they're doing stuff in the wall, it's glass. So you can see the episode happen outside the wall, and it's an episode you've never seen before. So it's like two different shows happening in the same place. It's crazy.
Yeah, I think you like it, Shane. I think it's pretty good. Do you have Hulu, or do you? You're shaking your head already.
I mean, I got a lot of streaming services. I probably should have just stuck with cable, right? As much as I'm paying for streaming services at this point.
Right.
But no,
it's entertaining though. It's fun.
I don't mind weird, but there's a limit to my weirdness of wanting to watch weird.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
well, is there an ineptness to, like, because they don't want to be, well, one of them wants to be on Earth now. It's like the Odd Couple, I guess, for aliens. Like they're so opposite of one another, but they're both stuck in this circumstance. And it's got like a little bit of American Dad sprinkled in, where it's just like all these absurd things keep happening. So it's like they're trying to figure out how to leave, but they're also becoming more native, basically, by being around human beings. So it's that difference. And then, like I said, you have behind the wall stuff happening. So it's crazy.
Yeah.
But do you like Rick and Morty at all?
I could not get into Rick and Morty.
Oh, okay.
People try to put
may not like
everybody told me Rick and Morty was so good. This was a couple years ago. So I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know if they're still on or whatever, but I tried to watch it and I was like, yeah, this ain't for me. And it's the same creator, you know what I mean? But like,
it's the same dude, yeah.
And I mean, animation being crazy and whatnot. Like I watched a because like I watched the first couple seasons of Paradise PD. You ever seen Paradise PD?
I haven't seen. I know what it is.
So
but I
yeah,
haven't seen it.
yeah, I've seen the thumbnail, but I haven't jumped on it.
It's so like it's terrible now. Like the third season, like I had to struggle to get through the second season. Like I'm one of those people that's like, man, I don't want to have to waste my time, and maybe they can redeem themselves, right?
Yeah,
Remember
right.
how I told you how I did The Boys, right? Like I got the first season in, the second season there was a couple episodes. People kept saying it was good. I thought maybe I was missing something. Maybe I do have FOMO and I just don't know it, right? I watched a couple more and I was like, yeah, I'm done. Like,
I'm done with this.
My initial evaluation of this was correct is my thing, right? So I couldn't. Yeah, I'll probably still give it a shot. I've seen the thumbnail. It didn't look like it was an animation though for Solar Opposites. I didn't think
Yeah,
it was
it's a cartoon.
Yeah, but the thumbnail just didn't make it look like that. It's the most like it's like an eye and stars in the back or something like that on it, or no? Am I thinking of something else? I might be thinking of a different one.
No, I think that's something else. Yeah, this one. I think the thumbnail has them on it. Like they're like green and blue. Like they're obviously aliens.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, maybe not. All right.
But yeah, they're just hanging out.
Go ahead.
Hanging out in normal society. Like they had one where they're trying to join the homeowners association. That one was hilarious. Like,
yeah, they get some good episodes. I think it's really good. I don't know. The whole wall thing, like, I don't know. I like that even more than I like some of the stuff on Rick and Morty. Just because it's like, I don't know. It's so engaging to me too. All the stuff happening in the wall, and like they're using like, and they're using like little things, like they have like gummy bears and stuff, like they use that as like a food resource. So they have some like, I don't know, a piece of string or something that's gonna be somebody's belt, and then like some other random stuff like that.
Where the red vines were whips. Remember he was getting whipped with the red vine?
That's right.
You're like, oh.
Yeah. And I was gonna give a quick shout out to I think you might actually like this one, Shannon. That I don't know if maybe you already seen it, but Primal is it's like a cartoon series on they put it on HBO Max, but it's same person that did like, I think they did like Samurai Jack and like maybe like Dexter's Laboratory. I think it's the same person, but it's a Primal. It's like it's set in like the prehistoric age with like a caveman and like dinosaurs running around, even though that wasn't actually the same time frame in real life. But they have dinosaurs running around and caveman, and it just follows the story of this caveman, like, and he's like, I guess I'll tell you how it starts out. But the caveman and he's with his family, his wife, and his little cave baby, and then I guess like a dinosaur or something comes in and like kills his family, and then he's going out to hunt for this dinosaur that ran, that killed his family, and then he gets in all kinds of crazy scenarios. But it's like no dialogue because he doesn't speak English at all. Everything's just very like visual, and like it tells a story from just his actions. And then obviously he's doing a lot of killing. He's getting stabbed. He's chopping things heads off and all this kind of stuff. He's like very like savage. He's like a true primal, and it's I think they've done a good job on it. And I haven't finished like the season. I think it's like 10 or 11 episodes, something like that.
I was sure you were going to tell me this was a comedy. This doesn't sound very funny.
No, it's not even a comedy. It's just a straight.
You said Samurai Jack and Dexter's Laboratory. Yeah. Like the first thing that came to my mind was like Dee. I'm thinking, okay, I'm gonna see stuff like that, right? And then you start coming, I'm like, oh, that's tragic.
Right.
His name Gendy Tartakovsky, whatever his name is. But yeah, he's the same guy that did. I think he did Samurai Jack. It has like the same kind of animation, but it's really adult themed. And it's a lot of like blood and like killing and stuff like that. And he's just like very like a savage, but he's like, he's a good guy, but he's like kind of like a kind of like an anti-hero, I guess. But
he's driven to the edge when you get your family. Yeah. That's kind of how that happens, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll tell you what I am looking forward to that I'm seeing though.
What you looking forward to?
Amazon Prime, Without Remorse, the one with Michael B. Jordan. Have you seen the trailers for this?
Oh yeah, I did. I did see the trailer for that.
Yeah, he's the Navy SEAL, I think it is.
Yeah, it's like it's one of those Tom Clancy type situations happening.
I'm like, okay, now I can get down with that. I saw a lot of shots. I saw a lot of people getting beat up. I'm like, that's what it is. I'm all for that. That comes out, I think it's next weekend. Okay. I don't remember if it's the 30th or the first. I think it's the 30th, next Friday.
Is that a series or a movie?
It's a movie.
Yeah.
It's a movie.
Okay.
I keep seeing the trailers. I'm like, yeah, I'll watch that.
But what if they talking is a story? You're not gonna like.
Hey,
You're like,
I
shut
need
it down.
I need to see
Shut it
bullets.
down.
I need to see bullets flying. Like, if you put all the good parts in the trailer, like, I'm not for that. Like, if someone in the trailer says that this guy's going to be a problem for somebody, like, I expect that problem to show me him just lighting people up and beating them down.
Right.
And part of the trailer, he lit a car on fire and
Yeah, I
walked
was gonna
in
say,
to talk to the guy. I'm like,
yeah.
that's a
And
dude right there.
I'm down for it, but for a second I was like, but why? And then I was like, but why not? It's like, well, why not? Yeah, sure. I'm down for it. I'm down for it. But I just like him as an actor. So if he's in there, murking people, I'm down for that too. So, I support.
Yeah.
I was glad it's a movie, not a TV show where they could try to stretch it out for weeks on end. All right, just drop all the material at one time. Amazon.
Yeah.
I'm talking to you, Jeff Bezos.
Yeah.
Directly.
Who's no longer in charge.
Oh, did he already step down?
That's right.
He stepped down.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
He got a new CEO now. I'm sure he's like on the board or whatever, probably like still pulling in all the money.
Yeah, he's on the board. I thought it wasn't supposed to happen until like June or something like that, though. I thought he delayed it like a couple months and then okay.
Yeah, I could be wrong. But
no. I mean, it might have happened.
Whomever is in charge of content curation, drop it all at one time. That's what people demand. All right.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty much all the content I consume, which was a lot for me. I should have been studying. I'm getting frustrated. I have access to all the videos. I have access to all the books. However, I am struggling to get my lab set up, and I don't know what I'm doing wrong. So I gotta potentially call tech support or something like that, because I cannot get A and B to talk to each other. I downloaded the VM. I downloaded the download the VM. I registered all of the F response. This stuff right here. Mm-hmm. It's a thumb drive. I registered it. I got the code off of because you have a license key and it has its own key on it, which I won't put on the screen. Not the key part, but just you stick this thumb drive in there. The key's on the back of the thumb drive. Finally got all that stuff registered, and then I can't see the data on it, even though I registered it. I don't know. I'm doing something so small and it's significantly wrong. But the instructions skip over that part because it's like it's one of those situations where you should know how to do this.
So
and it just goes into the hard part.
You have to make sure. So what you're probably doing is you don't have the USB set up in your virtual environment. So what you're doing is you're probably putting it in the laptop and it's going to the host system and not your virtual environment is where all your USB stuff is. So you have to go in there and make sure that your USB or however you're going to set it up for your virtual environment is set up to receive that when you do that input.
Okay. Because it may be that because it keeps telling me it's
redirect.
Like, so now open the ISO and the ISO will build your environment. I'm just like, I can't see the ISO. Where is the ISO?
So you have to go into your VM settings and set that up. So like when you log in next time, go into I don't know what version you have, but it'll be something under your settings, and it's when you set up your drives. Like when you set up your drives, I think it's under there to set it up to where you get whatever you decide to name the drive. It gets its information from the host. So like when you plug it into the host laptop, then it sees that USB, right, and says, okay, here it is. And then it loads onto the VM. Because I can guarantee you, if you shrink down your VM, you'll see that USB stuff is sitting on your host system, your laptop or whatever. It's just not showing in the VM. You muted. There you go.
Yeah, it's telling me I'm muted. It's funny. Like, it's like you're trying to talk. I know you're trying to talk. So it flashes on the screen. You are muted. I don't know, man. Like I'll have to. That's one area I'm super weak in. Anything to do with like virtual environments. I know not. So I one of these days I'm gonna hit you up if I can't get somebody on the phone because like right.
Tech support.
I'm almost there and it's so frustrating. Because I'm like, I should know how to do this part because they're not telling me. So they're like, you know how to do this. I don't know how to do that.
If you do a quick lookup, because again, I don't know what version you have. I don't know what VM you're using. But for whatever one you're using, look up adding that USB or another drive, right, to your virtual environment. and I can almost guarantee that's what it is. Because I don't think it defaults. I think you have to set it up every time you do a VM. If I'm not
Gotcha.
mistaken.
Because I'm using VMware Workstation Pro. That's what they gave me.
Yeah.
So okay, I'm gonna figure it out. I won't let it defeat me. I was super frustrated though. You know, you ready to do something and then you can't do it. You're like, I set time away on my schedule and I can't. It took me 2 hours to figure out. I just can't do it. And it's exercise zero. It's exercise zero. It's the problem. I can't get past exercise zero.
Yeah.
It's just like, yo. But yeah, so I'm just gonna start watching the videos. Until I get the environment up.
Yeah.
Like at least I'll get the videos through one time.
Yeah.
And then I'll go back and I'll do the exercises and whatnot.
The big thing I picked up on was that you didn't study this week either. So me and you, high five.
Got me. Oh yeah.
I look back, I get a groove going, and then I'm just like, I don't want to look at it. I don't know what it is. And again, like the 11th hour stuff was easier, to digest because it gives it to you in smaller chunks, and it has those 5, questions and whatnot. But I was just like, I don't know. I just don't feel like seeing anything with Sis.
Have you watched the Kelly Hinderhand videos or the
I haven't.
Larry Greenblatt?
I haven't seen. So like I saw Hinderhand for CASP and Security Plus. I watched her videos. Was it Security Plus? It might not have been Security
Probably.
Plus. CASP.
Probably.
Yeah,
but
she
under
I've done a
Cyber.
lot of them. But yeah, she's very good. I like her videos. Like she does a very good job of breaking stuff down. But I haven't watched it for Sis P. I haven't watched
her Cyber Sis P one is phenomenal. Don't listen to the crypto one while driving. It's dangerous. Everything else is real good. But it's her Why You Will Pass the CSP video, as well as Larry Greenblatt, the Spock versus or Kirk versus Spock. Both of those phenomenal videos. You don't have to wait till you get through the material. They're more just the methodology of answering questions.
Gotcha. Yeah.
So if you ever just want to break up the monotony, I definitely advise watching those before you take the test, obviously. But you just throw them in there. You just sprinkle them in there. It's just goodness, and it's very motivating. They motivate you because there's a bunch of videos that say why you would not pass this speed. I didn't watch any of those. Like I don't need that in my life. So I watch only videos why I will pass this speed.
Right.
So
positive reinforcement on the message, right? That's what you need.
Yeah, definitely.
For sure.
Yeah. But that's all I got, to be honest with you, without talking more disparaging things about my study habits.
I just want to give a quick shout out to I know you guys may have some mixed feelings about the show, but The Warrior got renewed for season 3. So it's coming up on HBO Max. They they announced it like the other at least like last week or so. But because it was on a little bit in limbo because Cinemax was the one that originally put it together, and then COVID happened and they decided, we're going to stop filming this because COVID, we don't have I don't know, we don't have the resources and stuff like that available, so we're just going to kind of cancel it. But HBO Max picked it up because I think that a lot of people enjoyed the series. I think it got a pretty good following, so they decided to keep it up. And season 3 is going to be coming out probably next year or something, maybe the end of this year, hopefully. I don't know.
So I like it. I mean, it's episode 4, so I'm on the 4th episode of it. So
cool.
I'm enjoying it. It's very. I watched a couple of the after shows because I was like, because you told me it was based on Bruce Lee's story, but I was like, is this dude mimicking Bruce? It's just in a different time period. And I watched the after videos. It was like, no, he's not. He's not trying to be a duplicate. He has Bruce Lee isms in his fights one. I was like, oh, that's dope. Like I'm enjoying it. Like when he sat on old boy, I was like, oh, that's classic Bruce Lee right there.
That's right.
That same episode was where he did the jump on too, right? That was the same
yeah. I was like, okay, all right. Well, I'm enjoying it, and I like the time period. It's a bunch of stuff I didn't know about. Like I knew about the migration and the immigration, but I didn't know how bad they had it once they got off the ships. So I was like, oh,
yeah.
And I also didn't know that Irish people fought in the war like that, like in the Civil War. So that's also eye-opening. Like I like these things because they show me history I did not know about, but then it also shows me like the disparaging things that I know. Like,
dang.
like, oh man. people, man, it didn't matter who you were. Like everybody had a
Right.
beef with you. So I
Yeah.
was like, okay,
Yeah.
this is eye opening. So I'm enjoying it.
Yeah. I'm glad. I'm glad to hear that. And it's I like that they put like a little bit of like hip hop flair in it. Like if you hear
Oh
like
yeah, yeah.
some of the tracking, it's like very like, I don't know, hip hop and stuff. So it's like it kind of adds a little edge to it. But I like it. What do you think about it so far, Shannon? Have you watched much of it?
So I got like 6 episodes in. I told this to Ryan. I don't know if you know this or not, but like I don't. Man, I hope my parents don't watch this. But, like I stopped watching because all of a sudden they got sex scenes with clothes on and whatnot. I'm like, nah, that ain't what I'm watching for. You know what I mean?
Oh,
I have jokingly say that, right? I guess I shouldn't have my wife watch this either, right?
yeah.
But I'm like, it kind of slowed down on some of that other stuff too. The fight scenes were good. It kind of slowed down on the fight scenes. Like I said, I'm episode 6 or whatever. I watched past the one right past when they went to get the body from the West. Was that Nevada or whatever it was?
Right.
They
Right.
were in the
Went
saloon
to
or
that.
whatever for the
Yeah.
night. Yeah.
Mhm.
So one past that, I watched one past that, and it seemed like it was kind of slowing down for me, and I just haven't got back to it. I do plan on finishing out the season, right? Because I think it's only 10 per season,
Yeah, I
so
think so.
episode 6 or 7, whatever that is.
Yeah. I mean, it's
but-
always like that though, right? Usually 5 or 6 of a 10 or 12 episode or 8 or whatever. That's usually the law. This is like, all right, we gotta to reset the room. We gotta let you know why you care about these characters before we brutally murder them or beat them
Right.
up.
That's right.
At the
Before
finale.
everybody dies.
Yeah. So I'm getting used to it. Like that seems to be the flow.
Yeah. Yeah. Even with
But that's why I like
Invincible,
binging shows. Like I don't want to wait. Like because when you wait that week and it's a slow episode, that's super disappointing, right? You're just like,
Mhm.
but if you just are like, okay, I'm gonna skip right to the next one.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like I want to do it for me. Let me get another one in real quick. So that's why I like getting all of them in at one time.
Yeah. It's true.
So
Yeah. That's
But
good.
yeah,
I'm
hopefully it
glad
picks
I'm
back
glad
up
you're
for you.
enjoying it. I'm glad you're checking it out.
Yeah.
It's, I'm
I think
looking
it's-
forward to season 3.
I think it's also been more like my children have been around and I can't watch that.
Oh right, yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
It's
But,
got
I'm
like it's
kinda
got some
like,
sex scenes in there, and then like it's kind of
Yeah.
violent. All this.
They've been
the
wanting to
cursing.
spend more time with dad lately. I don't know what happened. I don't know, but
Yeah.
so I'm
Yeah.
kind of like
No, that's good. That's good parenting though. Like you wouldn't be like
Yeah.
me. I watched Enter the Dragon with my son and forgot about the brothel scene.
Yeah,
Like totally forgot because I watched it so many years ago, like 20 years ago.
yeah.
Yeah.
So it's just and it just pops off, and I'm just like, I look at his face. He's like, and
Like,
then
whoa.
what? My wife's just like, what are y'all watching? I was like, I forgot.
Look, Ryan, which son we talking about here?
It's Ryan Jr. Yeah.
Okay, it's
So
RJ?
the 12-year-old will have to be 13.
So that's I was going to say he about to be a teen, man. RJ about to be a teen.
Yeah.
So it's like
Yeah, but it's different when your dad gives it to you than when you watch it by yourself.
Right, right.
You know what I mean?
And I was like, oh, Dad said this is
"Here,
okay."
son, here's some sex trafficking for you to watch real quick.
Yeah.
I just completely forgot. It was a different time. So
yeah. No, I hear you.
yeah.
I hear
So I
you.
was like, oh dang. Well, we got to finish it now because I can't leave you on that.
Yeah.
That can't be the
Right.
last image you see.
Oh man.
So, but no, it's good. Just good parenting, right?
Well,
That's what's up.
But okay, with that being said, we can wrap the show up on that one. Be a good parent, all right? I already got my son. He always asks me what's anime to watch. I've seen a lot. I'd be like, don't watch this one. Don't watch that one. Definitely don't watch this one.
Right.
Like these are not for you. So you got to sample the content first, is what I like to say. But you can hit us up on all the different social medias. I'm gonna put them somewhere in this video probably. They'll look real 2000-ish. But it'll have the website, so www.theothersideofthefirewall.com, where you can get to our Facebook group, Twitter, and IG. And then you can hit me up personally at RyRy Security Guy. That's RYRY Security Guy on LinkedIn, Clubhouse, Twitter, IG, and TikTok. And LeVon?
I'm just on regular ass Twitters at LeVon Maynard.
There it is. So you got a ton of different ways to catch up on us. Please watch the show aside from this one. Like definitely keep watching this one, but also watch the cybersecurity stuff as well. And then ask us questions. Like if you think about breaking into cybersecurity or you just have IT questions, we have like 60 years combined of IT and cybersecurity experience. So we can find you an answer, but just check us out. So, With that being said, have a good week and see y'all next week.
Take care.